Workers from the 774 local government council area in the country gathered in Abuja to celebrate the 40th anniversary of the Nigerian Union of Local Government Employers to discuss the struggle towards the actualization of achieving local government autonomy. I am Sharon Ijason. Welcome to Labour Lens. The conversation continues in a moment. The organized labour movement has endorsed the All Progressive Congress governorship candidate in Lagos, Babajide Sanwo-Olu. At an interactive session between the three labour centres and Mr. Sanwo-Olu, the United Labour Congress, the Trade Union Congress and the Nigerian Labour Congress said their decision is based on the candidate's record when he served as the Commissioner for Pensions and Establishment. Babajide Sanwo-Olu pledged to pay 30,000 naira as minimum wage if elected.
The minimum wage, even as a commissioner, I was able to convince them to pay it. So if the buck stops with me as a commissioner, as the governor, and I'm a people person, and all my life I have served people, and I've served people, the least you will expect from me is that whatever that we have signed on to, that 30,000 we will pay it. We will, and I know where the conversation started from. I know the figure that it started from. But, you know, we cannot begin to shave one's head in his absence. We don't know the full financial position of the state as we speak because we are not there. But the minimum commitment we can give you is that that minimum wage, you will earn it. If we now get there and we look at our numbers and we can build a bigger cake, if we can build a bigger cake, then we'll have bigger knife to begin to look at the cake and we'll be able to cut the cake bigger and better.
When we are talking of welfareism in Lagos, when he was commissioner, he tried his possible best as a commissioner. He lobbied within the government. Now that he's going to be in charge, he's the first person to implement. Lagos happens to be the first state that implement 18,000 naira minimum wage we are talking about now, that is about to be elapsed. So this is the same person when he was commissioner because he has direct interaction with us. He has passion for us. We were not at the State Executive Council when he was lobbying for us. And he ensured that the thing has to scale through. And we are the first to receive in Lagos. And we believe in his ability that he can turn things around again.
The Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, Pengasan, has said the union will resist the sale of the nation's refineries. The president of the union, Francis Olabode Johnson, during an interview spoke on the implications of this action, adding that the federal government should rather speed up the rehabilitation of the ailing refineries and return them to optimal production level.
Look at Ghana refineries. It was built in 1963. But today, if you go there, it's been maintained. And when this government came on board, they're also looking at, okay, what must we do to see how we can also do this? There are times in the past that refineries was given to Chrome Services to do maintenance. And the Chrome Services could not get the expertise required. They went to Romania to go and get Romanians to come and do it. And why is the refinery today? Kaduna Refinery, during the Abacha government, was given to Total. They decoupled it. Do it, couple it back. They couldn't. It is same NNPC staff. Quote me that they put it to use and it's working. The challenges of those refineries, apart from the issue of pipeline vandalization. And I also want to tell government that every effort that they are doing to also make sure the Niger Delta guys are also being taken care of to reduce restfulness and security of the pipeline. It's only in Nigeria that you see Nigerians breaking the pipelines and everything. And because of the poverty mentality and everything. And so these are things that have been done in the past, and this government is also doing, and every government must continue to look at that. These are things we need to address.
The Nigeria Union of Local Government Employees, NOLGE, recently held its 40th anniversary celebration in Abuja. The event was well attended by NOLGE members from the 774 local government areas of the country. The theme of the anniversary celebration was tagged Local Government Yesterday, Today and Tomorrow, our struggle towards actualization of local government autonomy in Nigeria. It was deduced at the event that the local government is not allowed to function optimally.
Naturally, as a union, we have in the last 40 years been engaged in a long and sustained struggle for enduring improvement in the living and working condition of workers who live and work at the grassroots level of our society. Most of our workers live among the rural populace and hence among some of the most disadvantaged and vulnerable segment of our country. Oftentimes, our members bear the full brunt of the gross underdevelopment of our nation, marked by inadequate access to potable water, decent housing, quality education, healthcare, good roads, etc., etc. Despite the problems, effort made centrally at the national level to address the issues of underdevelopment at the grassroots level had been consistently subverted by some state government and their agents.
When a state or the people who run a state are not able to proceed,
Professor Toyi Olorede, while delivering a lecture, called local government workers' attention to the lack of interest of candidates seeking political offices in the third tier of government.
We insist that the task of rescuing the local governments from their current state has to be an integral part of the task of rescuing Nigeria and its people from class exploitation. The task of restoring the ownership of Nigeria to the working people. Solidarity at all levels of the movement, from the local to federal, of the labor movement, as opposed to the trade union movement, includes organized trade unions, farmers, traders, artisans, students, and the unemployed, and so on. And this integral response is going to be important for the restoration of the ownership of our country to our people.
From NOLGE, a round of applause for him.
Awards were given to 9 state governors and speakers who signed the local government autonomy bill into law in their states. The states are Benue, Kwara, Bauchi, Bayelsa, Plateau, Sokoto, Niger, Ogun, and Cross River. The council workers urged other state House of Assembly not to delay passage of the local government autonomy bill to enhance good governance and trickle-down development to the grassroots.
NOLGE, in the name of NOLGE, has been 40 years by birth today. But as you can see, while celebrating, we had a kind of sober reflection on our struggles for, let me say, for the past 2 decades now. And you can agree with us that if there's an agitation, then something is wrong with the system. And I can tell you from an informed position that today, NOLGE is celebrating her 40th anniversary, but of course, with some reflections on encumbrances that we as workers that are working in the grassroots come across in the local government, in operation of the local government system. And that is why you see even the central theme of this celebration is centered around autonomy, autonomy, and autonomy. Yesterday, the local government, the founding fathers founded the local government on a good note, on a good foundation. Today, the local government is not what we desired it to be, and that is why the agitation. The agitation is to make the local government a better place for the ones coming up tomorrow.
NOLGE generally at 40, there's a lot of improvement because in the olden days, we used to have what we call native authority. And we have moved from native authority to local government now. And administratively, there's an improvement. But just like we have mentioned, the major issue we have is the issue of autonomy. Because when local government picks up, you know, in 1990, 91, 92, and of course, early 80s. You know, the situation was better. It was better because council were assessing money of their own, and they were spending money the way they want to spend their own money. But the problem we have now is that where the whole local government is not completely autonomous, the House of Assembly make laws for the good runnings of the, you know, the local government does not work out well.
A child that is 40 years or a man of 40 years is no longer a child, because a fool at 40 is a fool forever. Local government councils, as we are saying, is now 40 years old. A lot has passed under the bridge. Yes, but unfortunately, if we compare the situation of things today to, you know, those days where our leaders conceived the idea of making local government a third-tier government, I think it's just a far cry in terms of you know, what the original leaders that conceived the idea, you know, had in mind. What we are seeing today is not what they had in mind.
Long at 40, we have come so far, and there is a lot of development from when you talk of the local governments, from the pre-colonial to the colonial to the various administrations until the 1976 pronouncements, and what Nigeria local government is like right now. It has gone through a lot of development, and we'll say to a large extent that local government at 40 is matured, but we still need more, especially when we talk about the local government autonomy.